So now federal agents raiding the Miami and Los Angeles homes of music mogul P. Diddy yesterday. This search part of a sex trafficking investigation, and former federal prosecutor Andrew Cherkasky has been looking at this, and he joins us now. Good morning to you. I want to read a quote from a lawyer for two of the rapper's alleged victims. Okay, there's a number of civil suits that have been filed against him. We will always support law enforcement when it seeks to prosecute those that have violated the law. Hopefully this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct. Okay, it's one thing to file a civil suit. It's another thing for the feds to come in and hit two homes on two different coasts. What's going on?
Well, that was a sweeping search that took place in both homes. It signals that the feds are deeply interested in what's going on. They have been tight-lipped on naming Sean Combs as a target or as a suspect. But what we know from all the civil lawsuits is that he goes back nearly 20 years with allegations of sexual abuse, sexual violence, sexual trafficking, and that goes from 2003 basically all the way up to 2023. So I think that the feds likely looked at all these lawsuits, got very interested in what the allegations were, and started to do an investigation into that. That's likely what these searches are related to.
If you pull up call for number 3, this is some video from TMZ of Diddy pacing through the Miami airport, or around the Miami airport, apparently like finding out that this does take a dramatic turn from the civil to the feds getting involved. Again, there's no specific allegation yet, but would you expect that?
I do expect that, at least for somebody involved. I mean, the feds putting forth all of these resources, they're obviously looking for something. They obviously have some sort of probable cause that allowed them to get this search warrant. Now, he was at this private airport in Miami yesterday. There's rumors of another jet of his actually flying to a Caribbean island. We believe that he's still actually in the United States, but without him having been named a target or a suspect, he does seem to have some freedom to move about as he'd like. I think that we'll hear more from the feds in the days to come, and certainly they have to act quickly.
It seems like it came out of the blue, did it?
Well, it didn't come out of the blue in that he's been accused of this now for months and months.
But the raids came out of the blue.
That seems to be it.
So in the civil complaints, what do they allege against him?
Well, they allege everything from rape to sex trafficking to being drugged, and then also things like sexual harassment and other workplace type violence or abuses that are going on. I put this somewhere in between a Harvey Weinstein and an R. Kelly type of case. So I think that the criminal aspects are something that have to be deeply investigated. There are these civil aspects of it as well, and he's going to be dealing with that for years to come.
What about the statute of limitations? Is there any on a case like this?
Well, we know that some of the allegations are only a year or so old, but when you look at the allegations that go 20 years old, there have been so many changes to statute of limitations with regard to sexual violence that if we're talking serious forms of sexual violence like rape, that could still very much be in the statute of limitations, even back to the early 2000s.